Hey everyone, it is Amp King 101 here, bringing you Madden 25 gameplay. This is the MSE Sim League Week 2, and I am the Falcons going up against the Bengals. Still got a couple of key injuries. Osu Mignora still out, Croy Bierman still out, Sean Witherspoon out for the season. So those are the main injuries that the Falcons are facing. Other guys that are injured, like Prince Shembo and Javier Arenas, are out as well. So Josh Wilson is still playing in the nickel. The Falcons are kicking off, and the Bengals are receiving. And there's a couple of big missed tackles, but they're able to bring down the kick returner Jones at the 22-yard line. And after last week, the Falcons are really hoping to get off to a strong start since they got off to such a bad start last week. So let's see if they can do that. The Bengals are actually a very, very strong team. And there is a sack, first play of the game, by Tyson Jackson on Andy Dalton. A huge play, and that is a great way to start off the game. That is going to put them at the 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line. And the Bengals are here in a pass play, and they do complete it over the middle, and that takes away that sack. That was a huge play over the middle, nobody there, and that is going to give them a 14-yard gain. Big play by the Bengals. The Bengals passing game is going to want to get off to a start pretty early. They got big guys up here like AJ Green and Mohamed Sanu, and they are able to stop the run there. Not very much. Giovanni Bernard injured on the Bengals, so they got their backup there. His Hall, I believe, is his name. So they're really going to have to focus on their passing game. AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu, they got Tyler Eifert at tight end and Jermaine Gresham at tight end. A good run by the Bengals there. And let's see if the Falcons can get a stop here on 3rd and 1. After that sack in the beginning, the defenses looked a little soft. They're going for a blitz here. They do get the tackle, but it is not past the line, and Hill will get the first down, and that is a tough one. They were able to get penetration, but Hill was able to fall forward just enough to get that, and a big hole opens, and that is a huge 15-yard gain there. That is a massive, massive play by the running back there, Giovanni Bernard, who Hill is saying. So the Falcons, I think that they're going to look for a zone. Another huge hole. This running game, this defensive line is not able to close up for that offensive line. They're just giving enough space for Hill to get these big yardage runs. That one was for 5 yards. And again over the middle, this time to Hill again, I believe, the running back. And that is a difficult one for the Falcons. This pass defense is looking rather soft there. Sticking to zone, but I don't know if zone's going to be enough to get it going. They're able to get a stop there. It's probably a 2-yard gain there. And it looks like this run game is going to be pretty consistent this game. So far, the passing game has not been their big suit right now. It's been a lot of running. And another big pass over the middle. That one for about 7. Actually, I think that was for 5 yards. Excuse me, that was for 6 yards. And they're just not able to, when they're focusing on the run, you know, the pass is wide open. And when they're focusing on the pass, the run is, you know, the holes are open for you know, the rush yards. And Desmond Southward goes for the tackle, but a couple of huge broken tackles from Hill. And that is another massive gain on the ground for the Bengals. Hill just putting up a very, very good first possession for the Bengals. After that sack to Andy Dalton, the Falcons defense hasn't been able to do much on this drive. And yet another hole, and that is going to go for about 7. Excuse me, that was for 5. They're at the 2-yard line. I do not see the Falcons holding them off from getting a touchdown here. You know, they're looking for the blitz, but yeah, there is no way to stop that overpowered offensive line. Just overpowering the defensive line here for the Falcons. And Hill is just looking like he's going to have a huge game today. 51 yards, I believe, so far on the rush. And that's just on the first possession. The Falcons will get their first possession now, and they're going to want to try to start out big without any mistakes like they did last week. They want to show that they're more consistent than they were at the beginning of last week. You know, with their first possession being a fumble by Steven Jackson. And it took them, I believe, even 4 possessions, to even get a first down. So here we see them go with the run game, and that is a huge run by Steven Jackson. And they don't need 4 possessions this week to get a first down. They get their first down right away. And maybe this bodes well for the Falcons. Let's see if they can hold their confidence again. There was a hole that opened up, but it was quickly closed back up, and Steven Jackson had nowhere to go. And let's see if Matt Ryan can have a better passing game. The beginning of this game. It is thrown, and he is lucky that it's not intercepted. Nobody was open. He took a chance on, I believe that was Levine Toilolo, and that was incompleted. They are lucky that wasn't an interception there. They're going for a big pass play here. Let's see if they can get anything going. And it is intercepted. That time it was not so forgiving, and it was intercepted. Nobody to throw it to. Nobody to go to. And, you know, he tried to go to Levine Toilolo, and that was just intercepted by the Bengals defense there. And that's a difficult one. You're starting off with mistakes again like you did last week. Bengals starting off rather strong. And again, just the defense is not able to do much on the Falcons side of the ball. And, you know, they're going to have to tighten up their defense if they plan to make any kind of an impact on this game. Because so far, if they keep playing this way, it's the Bengals game. They go for a pass play here, and that is to, I believe, the tight end, Tyler Eifert. I could be wrong. Nope, that is to Tyler Eifert. And that's for a 7-yard gain. And this Falcons defense is looking like Swiss cheese out there. Way too many holes for the liking of this team or the coaching staff. The coach has got to be pissed that they just keep leaving receivers open. And there again on a curl, he had a guy right behind him, but Not enough, and that is going to be 7 yards. That one was to A.J. Green. Just not doing very well the beginning of this game for defense, and that is almost a sack. Not quite enough, but it was enough to rush the quarterback to make him throw an incompletion. I believe that they were going for a halfback screen there. There was just way too much pressure by the Atlanta defense, and they weren't able to get to Andy Dalton, but at least they were able to rush him. Can they capitalize on that? They cannot, and that is a touchdown. That is just difficult. Tyler Eifert, touchdown on the play, and that's gonna be a 2-possession lead, 14-0. The Falcons are really gonna have to fight to come back from that. Last week, only scoring 19 points themselves. They're really going to have to speed this up on offense. We're in the second half. Falcons first possession of the second half, second possession of the game. A decent return by Eric Weems to the 31-yard line. They're coming up to the line. He's reading the defense. He throws it to Julio Jones, and that will be an 8-yard gain, I believe. That was a 9-yard gain by Julio Jones. And Julio Jones seems like he's going to be the main guy this season. Roddy White not seeing a whole lot of play these last 2 games. So we'll see if that changes, but right now it looks like the Falcons, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are really finding, and again to Julio Jones, that connection just working really well for 4 yards. They're at the 46-yard line. The Falcons are doing a little bit better on this drive, finding some open guys, and that is a huge sack. That is not something you want to see by Ray Maualuga. And that is going to be a loss of, I believe that's 12 yards. Just a big loss. And it is intercepted again. It was a forced pass to Roddy White, and Roddy White just not able to go up and get it. Denard comes down with that one. That's, again, speaking too soon. The Falcons, again, just cannot get the ball moving in the beginning of the game. Same story that we had last week. Matt Ryan just not able to find an open receiver, and that pressure. You know, they don't have the best offensive line. They've lost a lot of key players from their offensive line the last couple of years, and it's really left this offensive line barren, especially if they get any injuries. There's no depth. And the Bengals, again, having no problem moving the ball. That looks like it's going to be the story of this game. A good stop there. Stopped on the line. But I don't know if the Falcons will be able to come back from this. It's been a very difficult outing. 2 interceptions on the game so far. Another big play by the Bengals. They get a stop just inches from the first down, but they are not able to get a good stop here. I believe that they'll have no problem getting the first down. But there is a tackle. It looks like he was stopped behind the line. And that is a stop. That is a stop. It is 4th and 1. And that's still a field goal, but at least your defense gets stopped here. Can the Falcons offense capitalize on that stop? It's going to be, if they make it, they do make it, and that is going to make it 17-0. And the Falcons have a pretty big margin to come back from. That's 3 possessions. You know, it's still the first half of the game. You know, the ability to do it is there, but can they capitalize on it? Because their consistency has been very, very shaky. Unless you want to talk about the consistency of playing bad in the beginning of a game, then they've been pretty consistent on that. And the Bengals are just overpowering the Falcons right now. Can Matt Ryan get something done? Can he get it done? And it is a completed pass to Roddy White. That was a risky throw. He saw the defender turn his hips just a bit and threw it at the right moment. And there's a hole, and that was a huge gain by Steven Jackson. That is an 11-yard gain. And finally, they're getting something going. I don't want to speak too soon, but they're getting something done. They've completed a pass, and they are lucky that one was not jumped. I think he thought Julio Jones was going to the outside, and Julio Jones was not able to make that cut. And he threw it right into the back of Julio Jones, and that could have been intercepted. Making some calls here at the line. And that is a huge play. Matt Ryan had heat on him and threw that one right to Julio Jones. Julio Jones getting off the line, getting off the press, and being wide open. That was a huge play. And Matt Ryan getting very lucky there that he did not that he did not get sacked before he could get that ball off. And we'll see if they can capitalize on that. That's a 2-possession differential now. The defense is really going to have to lock up now. They cannot allow another field goal. They are going to have to get a stop on this one. Maybe they can run the clock down. There's a good stop there. Throw to the flats to Tyler Eifert. But he is tackled out of bounds for a 4-yard gain. And they're coming back to the line. The Bengals reading this defense. And there is somebody open, but it is only for about 3 yards. He is stopped after a 3-yard gain. They need one more stop. The Falcons call their first timeout. Can they get a stop here and get the ball back one more time before half? And that's a halfback screen, but it is read by Paul Warrilow, and Paul Warrilow will tackle the running back Hill for a loss, and that's going to be a 3 and out, calling a timeout, getting a stop. They have a minute to run this down the field. Can they do it without making any mistakes? Can they at least get a field goal? If they can get a field goal here, that will be a great capitalization on this possession, this attempt at a possession. And they're going to go for some big plays here. They don't have a lot of time to get downfield. And that is to the outside to Julio Jones, and Julio Jones does get that. That is about a 12, maybe 13-yard gain there. Sorry, that is an 11-yard gain. And we will see if they can get to at least a position of a field goal. They got 47 seconds left. One timeout. They're doing good. And, oh, that was a risky throw, but Harry Douglas has got it. That could have been intercepted, but he gets it to Harry Douglas. Harry Douglas makes the play, and that is a touchdown. They do get downfield, and they do get the score a little bit closer. 14-17. I believe they get the ball at the half. If they can stop them from getting a field goal here, if they can just let the half run out, they have a chance to not only tie it, but to get in the lead for the first time this game. Oh, and that is a huge hit. He looked like he might get open and be home free to the end zone. But a huge hit, and that brings him down. It looks like they're going to run the ball here. I think that's a mistake. I think you try to at least get into field goal position. But it is better than asking for a turnover. No, they do pass here. They do go for a pass play. Oh, and Andy Dalton breaks the tackle but gets brought down as well on a sack. And he ran into his own guy and got sacked. Big play for the Falcons. Clock's running out. Nobody has used their timeouts. And they're just going to run this clock out. A run by Hill, but it's not going to go anywhere. And that is going to be halftime. And looking at the stats of halftime, I mean, the Bengals are up. They got a much better rushing game, more time on possession. But the Falcons have a better passing, have more passing yards. So it looks like they're really going to have to go to the air to keep in this game, as the rushing has been a good thing in small doses in this game, but they're going to have to keep Matt Ryan from making any mistakes and throwing those interceptions like he has been. And there's another run there. He gets about 3 yards there, 4 yards there. And Steven Jackson has been doing decently this game. No mistakes, no touchdowns, nothing major so far in this game, but no mistakes like he did last game multiple times, 2 fumbles. So they've got to be happy that he's at least, maintaining possession of the football and getting yards where they need it. And they go for another run there. They don't get the first down. It's 3rd and 1. Do you pass it? Do you run it? I think the Falcons are going to run it here. They have a pretty good track record of getting the first down in short yardage with Steven Jackson. Actually, I think that is Jacquizz Rodgers in the back. No, that was Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson again getting the first down and making it count. Again, handing it off to Steven Jackson. He is not able to get out to the outside, and he is brought down. 8 rushes, 41 yards. That's about 5 yards a carry. Doing a decent job. It looks like they're going to the air again here. And doesn't find anybody. And, he gets it off just before he gets sacked. But that was a close play. That could have been intercepted. Thankfully, defensive linemen, because they're not wide receivers. But, they're lucky that that he wasn't able to get a hand on that ball, because that would have been a pick six right there. Runs into his own player, but gets the ball off to Harry Douglas, and Harry Douglas gets a big gain there. 7 completions of 17, or 7 attempts. 7 completions of 12 attempts. But Matt Ryan is being much more consistent. Even though he's got pressure in his face, he's still getting consistent passing averages, finding his open receivers, waiting to throw it to the right time. Something you want to see more than what you were seeing earlier with those very bad decisions that he was making and getting those turnovers. And that is to Roddy White. Roddy White in the end zone beats the coverage. There is nobody there to stop him, and he gets the touchdown, and that gets that brings the Falcons 21-17 and puts them in the lead for the first time this game. That is a huge advantage now that they have, being in the lead, coming back from being down 0-17. It's not often that you see a team come back like that. The defense has been very, very strong so far. Let's see if they can get another stop here. And the Bengals are going to want to get a score here. At least a field goal. And that is a big hole. But they are able to stop him before the line. That is going to give them 2 more chances. You got to stop the run at some point. If you want to win this game, you got to stop the run at some point. And I do not see the Falcons doing that well right now. And they throw it to the outside. He breaks a tackle, but is slowed down just enough to get tackled by Paul Warlow. And that is a very lucky play right there, that he was not able, that there was somebody there to slow him down enough, because if he would have gotten to the outside there, game would have been over. But it does not matter. They were able to get the first down on a curl route across the middle, and that will just reset the downs, and they're going to have to come back somehow. Good 2 stops on the run, but you got to stop the pass as well. You can't only be considered on the run. A decent run there for 5 yards. But if you consistently let him get 5+ yards a run, you're not gonna win this game. And it is handed off again. And they are able to stop him. They are able to tackle him behind the line. And that is a gain of 0. They are able to stop him before he passed the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5. It looks like they're going to pass the ball here. I think you run the ball here with as much... with as good as you've been, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Again, another curl route across the middle, and it does not matter because the downs are reset again. You get the first down. You allow the Bengals to get another first down, and that's gonna hurt you every single time. A good stop there in the run. Tackled behind the line. Lost for 4 yards. But now you got to stop the pass too. It doesn't matter if you can get stops in the run. They've been doing that so far, and they've been getting beat in the pass. A huge hole opens up. Tries to get brought down by, I believe that was a linebacker trying to pull him down. Not able to get it. Breaks the tackle and gains 8 yards. And these Falcons have got to be frustrated. I mean, they've done everything in their power to stop this, and it's just not working. And his momentum takes him out of bounds. It was completed, but Hill goes out of bounds, and that will be a 3-and-out, stopped 4th and 1. You know, if I was the Bengals, I might think about going for it here. They can't stop they can't stop your rushing. I mean, if you can't stop the run, then you keep running it. You don't stop running the ball. You know, and if they do stop the run, then you don't stop passing the ball. You know, they're being consistent, and it's obviously it's working. But I don't think that going for a pass on 3rd down was a good idea there. I think they should have run the ball on 3rd down. And I don't think they would have had to punt on 4th down. I think had they got it on 3rd down, I think if they would have ran on 3rd down, that is a terrible play call. That is a terrible play call and a terrible blocking for Steven Jackson. That line gave him no opportunity. But I believe the Bengals should have run the ball, and I don't think they would be in this position. But that's a great stop by the Falcons. Being able to contain that play. And that is a huge play. That will be a touchdown by far to Julio Jones. Broke the coverage yet again deep down the field. Matt Ryan saw it from a mile away, and that will be all she wrote. I don't think the Bengals will be able to come back from this. That's 27-17. Bengals are going to have to pull out something big here. This Falcons defense has locked things down pretty well. And now I think it's the Bengals who are getting frustrated. 411 total yards on the day for the Falcons. Let's see if the Bengals can capitalize on this. I don't think that they will be able to. They're down by 2 possessions right now. Andy Dalton is going to want to lead. I don't know if you can run the ball here now. I think you kind of got to pass. Down by 2 possessions this late in the game. Nobody home. And they are not able to force the sack, but they are able to force the incompletion. And that's what you got to do. I don't think they're going to be able to get to Andy Dalton. That Bengals offensive line has just been overwhelming for the defense. But as long as they can get enough pressure to rush Andy Dalton, and again, no pressure, but it doesn't matter. Robert Alford with a huge interception. That was a terrible throw, but a great read by Robert Alford, coming in and stealing that away. And just like we saw last week, he has been a real game changer for these Falcons on defense. I can't really speak for anyone else on defense who's been as much of an outstanding player than Robert Alford has been. A bad play call by the Falcons on that one. But let's see if they can capitalize on that interception and get down the field. And they're looking deep again. There's nothing. And Matt Ryan just throws that one away. A bunch of pressure. Just throws that one out of bounds. I think that was a good call. That's better than forcing it down the field like he has been lately. I think you got to throw it away rather than get the interception. I believe that was a good call by Matt Ryan. And that was a risky throw, a very risky throw. But Harry Douglas, a man who pulls through, just getting in front of that ball and grabbing it out of the air. and hold on to it. I mean, that's the most impressive part to me, is that he's able to hold on to it, even though he catches it with initial contact. And I believe that one was to Roddy White. And it looks like they're going to run the ball here. And they do audible. And it is a run. And they find a hole. And Steven Jackson is able to hold on to that ball. And that is a good gain, 13 yards. That is 13 yards, and that is a big play by Steven Jackson. Let's see if they can get in the end zone once more, and that'll put this game away if they can. And they're letting the play clock run down. And it is a curl route, but it does not bode well, and it is batted down. He thought that he'd have the chance at that, but I believe that was Mawaluga just bats that one out of the air. They're rushing it again, and that is just home free. Nobody to stop him as he crosses the end zone line, and that will put the Falcons up 35-17. I don't think you could come back from that. We've seen stranger things happen, but it's the fourth quarter. You got 3 minutes and 52 seconds left, just under 4 minutes. You're gonna have to pull out something amazing to bring this game back. I don't think they have it in them. The Bengals have not played great the second half. The first half, dominant. I mean, a huge comeback by the Falcons. I don't think anybody expected the Falcons to come back the way that they have. And they're going with a passing play. And nobody is home. They are not able to complete that, and Andy Dalton just lets that one sail into the middle of the field. Can the Falcons keep the Bengals from scoring again in this game? I don't know if they can. And that is a stop before the first down line. 3rd and 6. 24-yard line. You got to go with a pass play here. I don't think you can run the ball. You got to pass the ball. The Falcons know you got to pass the ball. And it is intercepted by Robert Alford again. Talk about a big play by a big... I mean, this kid is just able to do it all. He has been impeccable in his coverage. That's 5 interceptions in just 2 weeks. I mean, he is the player to talk about when you talk about the Falcons right now. I mean, you got these other guys, but they aren't showing a whole lot. And it's interesting because when the Falcons let go of Asante Samuel, they let go of Dunta Robinson, and left the secondary with just Desmond Trufant and Robert Alford on either side as your starters. Sorry about that, a second technical difficulty. So the coach has subbed in Devontae Freeman at running back. To keep Steven Jackson healthy for next week. And I think they're just going to try to run the clock out here. But there's a big hole, and that is in for Devontae Freeman. First play of the season, and it's a touchdown. I don't think anyone was quite expecting that, especially from this kid. First play of the first play for him of the season, and it's his first touchdown. Welcome to the league, Devontae Freeman. But big play by that kid. But talking about Robert Alford, nobody quite expected anything out of this kid from what he has been able to play. You lost Asante Samuel and you lost Donta Freeman. Asante Samuel, good coverage guy, but has really lost a step the last couple of seasons. Donta Robinson, one of the most feared hard hitters, one of the most feared hard hitting cornerbacks, but not that great in coverage. But then you let them go, and you bring in, and you lose Brent Grimes as well, who's one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the league. And then you bring Robert Alford, and you bring Desmond Trufant in and draft both of them. And big play by the Bengals there, but too little, too late. They're running no huddle here. Falcons call a timeout so that they're not hurried to the line. But you get a kid like Robert Alford and Desmond Trufant and bring him in, and second season that they're here, you make them the starters. Nobody quite expected this out of Robert Alford, and I think that he's capitalizing on that. And I think it was a good decision to make him a starter. That is a big play over the middle. And they are running a no huddle here, but the Falcons call a timeout so that they are not rushed to the line again. You got 1 minute and 18 seconds left. It's too little, too late. You're not going to be able to do anything at this point. There's no way to come back. 14-17. I know they want to score again, but that one, it was a risky throw. It looked like it was caught, but it was not, and he drops that ball. And that is dropped as well. And there's an injury. I think that is Josh Wilson that's down. Yeah, that is Josh Wilson, the cornerback, the nickel corner. And they're going to hope that he comes back because with Javier Arenas out, you need a nickel corner. Another big play by the Bengals. But you need a corner, a nickel corner that can at least do some coverage well, and that is almost intercepted. But that was a good position to put it in where only his guy could get it or no one else could get it, and nobody gets it. Oh, no, never mind. That is completed. That is a completed pass. A great place to put that. And he is not able to get into the end zone. A good little dump to his player, but that is not able to get into the end zone. And he breaks the sack there and gets a touchdown. Andy Dalton ducking a couple of big sacks and able to get the ball off there. And Josh Wilson will return, which is good news for the Falcons. He won't return this game, but he will return next week, which is a good thing. They need a corner somewhere. The Falcons expecting the onside kick here, but they don't go with the onside kick. They just recover the ball. 29 seconds left. Cincinnati has all 3 timeouts. They're going to try to go for the first down here and close this game up just in case they try to use those timeouts. And they do not get the first down, but the Bengals do not use a timeout. I think that they've accepted that this is a loss. And the Falcons are just going to come out in a kneel formation and let the clock run out. Great game from the Falcons again. Horrible start. Great start by the Bengals, but falling apart in the end. Maybe the Falcons are going to be the the comeback kids of the season, winning again in the second half of the game. Great play by the Falcons. But the Falcons will take this home. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you for week 3 on the docket. Good night.